Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. A lot of stuff I want to cover in today's video because we've got 3 or 4 different things to talk about. It's been a very busy week. Actually, before we start this video, I just want to give my personal condolences to the family of Bill Paxton. Now, for those of you who don't know, Bill Paxton, who is the American actor, who is most notably known for his film roles in Titanic, the Aliens film, Weird Science, a host of others, passed away, unfortunately, due to complications after heart surgery, as well as Twister, which, if you were around when it came out, probably scared the bejesus out of you. It was pretty scary, and if you weren't afraid of tornadoes before then, you surely were after watching that film. But yeah. I personally love this guy. He was a cool dude, and he had a lot of good films. So, yeah, in other news, I guess we'll start off with the fact that, something. I'm not sure exactly what it is, and I really don't think anyone really knows just yet, but what is being called by some as a sea monster that was found, or at least a carcass, of something resembling a sea monster washed up on a beach in the Philippines. Here you're seeing the RT article about this, and it's been featured everywhere. And actually, there have been 2 very strange carcasses, I guess you'd call them, that have washed up in the Philippines on these beaches. The first one you're seeing here, and I'm going through all of these different photographs here, that was posted to Facebook, and what we see here, it almost looks like a giant blob of hair, or something like that. It's about 5 meters. And it washed up on one of the Dinagat Islands in the Philippines this past Wednesday. Reports state that curious locals got close enough to the carcass to see what looked like one of Luke Skywalker's victims. Officials told the local media that it was likely a carcass of that of a sea cow, based on the skin found near the shore. It's also being called what is known, or as a nickname, that's called a globster, and apparently there have been several such carcasses that have washed up on beaches around the world over the past couple of centuries, including the famous Trunco globster reportedly sighted in Margate, South Africa, back in 1924. You're seeing the image of that here. And it turns out that no scientists actually ended up examining this carcass, which gave us no concrete identification. Some paleontologists who have said this could be the carcass of a large vertebrate, possibly a whale. But once again, they're not confirming this. Which also is very interesting, because usually you'll have strange things wash up on the shore, and often, most of the time, you'll get a confirmation almost right away as to what the creature is. And we haven't gotten that yet. We've gotten theories, but yeah, this certainly is strange. And who knows, this could be some weird mutation, thanks to the upwards of 300 tons of radioactive water that's being released into the ocean every day, thanks to Fukushima. And you would have to think that it's definitely having, well, we know it's having a devastating effect on the aquatic life. I mean, it's affecting life on Earth, mass bird deaths. This radiation truly is disrupting our entire ecosystem. And so they apparently found another strange-looking creature washed up again in the Philippines. And this time, it was this scary serpent snake-like creature, several meters long. However, the demonic-looking creature is actually nothing more than an oarfish, according to marine experts. And I'd actually never heard of an oarfish before, but apparently they're rarely seen due to the fact that they usually live extremely deep, up to 1,000 meters under the ocean. So you usually don't see them, even when they die. And do you guys notice it's usually the creepiest type of fish that live at the bottom of the ocean, in the deepest, darkest regions of our seas? And then you think about the fact that only 10% of the oceans have even been explored, and there's parts of the ocean that are so deep, we've never reached the bottom. For all we know, there is no bottom, but I don't know, it freaks me out to think of what lies beneath, at the bottom of some of the deepest areas of our oceans that have never been explored or touched by man. We have no idea what's down there. And I'm not just talking about animals, but you guys have heard me rant numerous times on this channel about all of the UFO sightings that have occurred around our oceans. Strange lights being seen underneath the waters. This hairy creature, really what struck me, and maybe you guys can help me identify it. So, the next thing I want to talk about is an update to the mysterious and really tragic death of another fellow UFO researcher who we've spoken about before and goes by the name of Max Spiers. So, for those of you who don't know, a quick rundown: Max Spiers, another fellow UFO researcher from England, was found dead last year under some very mysterious circumstances. He was only 39 years old, and he was committed to exposing government cover-ups, investigating UFO sightings, and he took a trip to Poland where he was going to speak at a conference about these things that he was investigating, and within 24 hours, he was found dead on his girlfriend's couch, where it was also found that apparently he had been throwing up some sort of black liquid before he was finally found deceased. And the authorities have been extremely vague about the cause of his death. Some have said it was a suicide, others saying it was natural causes. His family doesn't believe it, his mother doesn't believe it. They all believe there is foul play here. And now it would appear that authorities are going to be interviewing his girlfriend, or partner, as she was called, as to his sudden death on her sofa. And from what I know, prosecutors have opened an investigation into involuntary manslaughter and want to speak to his girlfriend, who was present at the time of Max's death. She's the one that dialed 911 and got the ambulance. And according to one of the reports I'm reading, the nature of their relationship is unclear. So maybe she wasn't his girlfriend, or maybe they were dating or seeing each other. I don't know, it's really strange. I've heard theories out there that the girlfriend had something to do with it. And this whole thing about him vomiting like liters of black liquid just before he died. And I'm wondering what type of scenario or poison or something like that would create black liquid. I could understand blood or something like that, but you know, black liquid, that really is mysterious and disconcerting. We also found out that there was no post-mortem autopsy, and when they transferred his body back to England, they found that his laptop and his phone were not shipped back with him, and his mother did not receive his belongings, which included those two items, until weeks later, when who knows who could have wiped them clean. Another thing is that the cell phone, when his mother received the cell phone, there was no SIM card in it. The SIM card had been removed. And his mother also noted that, quote, there was nothing on the computer at all. Somebody had clearly, definitely wiped everything off of it. She further said, quote, it makes no sense to wipe somebody's computer. No sense to me. Well, you know what? It makes perfect sense to me and probably most of you. There's only one reason you wipe somebody's laptop after they've mysteriously died. The mother, which by the way believes he was murdered. And then you take the SIM card out of his phone. That doesn't happen without good cause and good reason. And the fact that he was a conspiracy theorist, or as I like to call, critical thinker. You know, I think there's too much of a stigma around the word conspiracy theorist. There's been too much of a mockery made of the term. So from now on, I prefer critical thinker. And that's what Max was. And like so many other ufologists that we have found that have passed away under suspicious circumstances lately, I think it's safe to say that we are all onto something, and we're starting to drop like flies. You guys remember the video I posted yesterday about the airline pilot who was also running his own UFO research channel and was, let's call it what it was. He was threatened by his superiors that he would end up losing his license and likely his job if he did not distance himself from the topic of UFOs. And he gave in. He deleted his YouTube channel. He completely severed contact with me and anyone else he was talking to from this field. He disconnected and closed his email account, so I can't even reach him anymore. And, the basic message I'm trying to say here is that if we are not onto something, all right, and this topic is just a bunch of tinfoil hat nonsense, then why the censorship? Why the threats? Why the suspicious deaths? Why are people disconnecting their YouTube channels and cutting off contact to distance themselves from so much as looking in to the UFO phenomenon? Why are there constant disinformation campaigns running concurrently against this research, against my channel? Trolls out there who on a daily basis are doing everything in their power to discredit us, to discredit me, to ruin my channel, to make it seem like this is all just a big joke. And I can go on and on. If we were not onto something, the powers that be would not be this violently triggered to the work that we're trying to do here. So, yeah, something happened here with Max Spiers. The whole thing, it's felt off from the very start. Things are not making sense. Nobody believes he died of natural causes. So, of course, I'll follow up on this story. Lastly, today, before we go, on a lighter note, we may be heading back to the moon within the next 3 to 5 years. This after President Trump put pressure on NASA to send astronauts back to the moon. Now, NASA already has a plan to launch a spacecraft that was going to actually orbit the moon. It wasn't going to be manned, but they were going to send up their new Orion capsule, which around 2018 is going to launch and would orbit the moon, then returning to Earth. But after Trump indicated to NASA that he wanted astronauts on the moon, the space agency is now looking into turning the Orion mission into a manned mission. In other words, they are going to proceed with the Orion capsule, but they're just going to add astronauts to it. So instead of just orbiting the moon, they will actually land. So I think that's a cool thing. Love him or hate him, at least Trump is trying to actually get things done. I would love to see another manned mission to the moon. And if you're one of the people out there who are on the fence, who maybe don't believe we have ever been to the moon, I certainly think that this manned mission will at least prove that we can get humans to the moon. Well, that is, at least until people start to believe that the Orion mission was fake as well. But we'll jump off that bridge when we come to it. So, yeah, lots of interesting news today. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. I've got some more updates coming to the mystery 4chan alien selfie story that I posted a video on the other day. We know for a fact now that there is a lot of disinfo surrounding this story about the alleged alien photograph that was posted on 4chan, after which the website was shut down. There's a lot of fake photographs being circulated, including the one that was featured in that video that I posted. So we found out that was fake, and something weird is going on. So I'm gonna try to find out a little bit more info, and then I'll post a video on that as well. But until then, be sure to stick around, and I will see you guys back here in just a bit. So thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, guys.